What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog, coming to you today from Austin, Texas. So you guys definitely go ahead and drop your city and state in the chat. And my birthday is coming around on March 9th. So for those of you who are looking for a class and you've been looking, it's going to be 75% off with the code MARCHBABY in the coupon code section. So again, if you're looking for any classes right now, the best classes are going to be 75% off until I think Wednesday the 10th. And the coupon code is MARCHBABY. Okay. You guys completely enjoy that discount. Drive our staff crazy on intake. So I want to come to you guys, and today I was going to talk about the kid who has the sneaker collection, and I just was like, I'll save that for tomorrow. Today, I really want to get on the fact that we have more states opening. That's right, more states opening. I told you projections from companies and the stock market was quarter 3 and quarter 4, we're going to be back to business as usual. And people said, oh, no, Erica, no way. Hey, Shantae Johnson from Canada. Will Canada let us in? I know Biden has completely pissed y'all off, killing 50,000 jobs in Canada with the pipeline. But please, I just want to go back to ban of Canada. Can I please come in? Okay. And so with that, I'll put my little steamer over here out of the way. With that, what I want you guys to understand is it's all about business and it's all about economics, right? Connecticut opened up. Now, many people are like, oh my God, the North is so much smarter than the South. We're still closed. Ha ha ha, poo poo you. And then you go, but hey, Connecticut just opened. Why? Because Connecticut just popped through a bunch of new taxes. Someone put it in the chat before the show started. They got maternity leave tax. They got all kinds of taxes on your house. They got taxes and more taxes. Why? Because these states are losing people. And they know the nature of people is if they mama and daddy and grandma and them live somewhere, they're going to probably stay there or find a way to what? Retire there. So again, congratulations, Stacy. She's in a class with Bill Green. Congrats. But yes, at the end of the day, I just wanted to get you guys to understand that this is about business. And in order for me to kind of break this down to you, I really want to go over what does that even mean, right? That is economics. No matter how many times I talk to you guys about school and kids and private schools, a lot of people really don't understand what I mean. And I'm being careful here. A lot of times on the internet, they go, well, everybody doesn't want to run a business, Erica. And everybody can't run a family business. And a lot of times people are thinking food service. They thinking car wash business. They thinking barbershops. No, I'm talking about simple stuff. And there's tiers to it. Okay. So prime example, I saw an ad earlier from old boy who's been in Bali for 3 years now. And he's like, well, I'm going to show you how to run an online business. That's not blogs. That's not podcasts. That's not Shopify. Well, let me go ahead and be very clear to you. Blogs, podcasts, YouTube, and Shopify are easy ways into the door where 90% of the money is returned to you via sales, consulting, one-on-one, all that good stuff. I mean, again, you're talking about blogs. You can write one blog a week for a month. For a year, you do 52 articles. That's it. And there are many people who grow great businesses off that. Or you could have a podcast and use the podcast to blog. Trust me, I've seen it. People make books and articles and things out of that every day of the week. Where you get paid on those levels, because it's such a low barrier entry, is how many eyes on eyeballs you get to your list, which is affiliates and sponsorships. I've told y'all about Dave Ramsey. Everybody's like, oh, Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey has a $20 book. But then you look at the conference. He has a $600, I think, conference, Entrepreneurship or something coming up. He has a master conference. And then he has a bunch of affiliates that he works with throughout the whole United States and sponsors for the radio show. Y'all are overcomplicating what business really is. And you're really putting people on a pedestal who start a business instead of saying these are just average everyday people. I've met people dumb as a box of rocks making more money than me in business. And I'm like, how? Because it's literally consistency, follow-up, consistent things over and everything that produce money. Okay. Listen, this is very true. On Mary, business owners are seller financing or giving you a salary until you can buy them out. Please start looking to buy from these boomers. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And so again, those are very low entry barrier things. When you see people making a bunch of courses all the time, like Terry did a great show the other day with Black Wealth Renaissance. She was like, I'm so glad I only have one course because it's my master course. It's my master school. There's like 5,000 students. And that's all I focus on is that one course. Because when you start having a bunch of courses, well, now that's your life. That's all you do all day is courses. So you got to really be careful out there. Like, what are people selling to you? Are they selling you freedom? Because freedom isn't a bunch of courses. Like I'll tell you right now, I want to cut half of my courses and throw them away. Just because I felt like, hey, you've learned, let's keep it moving. But if you're just doing course after course after course after course after course, courses, you doing all that, that's your whole life, boo. Like you literally, that's all you doing all day. You talking to students, you checking if people enrolling in right, are they logging in right? Do they have their login password? You're doing that all day. And that's, for some people, that's money. And they can do that forever and ever and ever. That's fine. I'm just saying, pay attention to how certain people do it. Dave Ramsey got a book. It's the Spearhead. Then he does shows or he does affiliates with all these people. That's where the big money is, because he's not tying up all his day. Even though you see him on the radio doing the same talk every day, like, how'd you get in debt? How do you plan on paying it off? It's a small price. It's nothing but content. Okay. So I hope that, yes, that's right. Dave Ramsey started putting Anthony O'Neill, Chris Hogan, his daughter, people in place. So what? That he's not using up all his time. His time is spent what? Growing his business. The rest of the staff is doing what? Giving him content and what? Refreshing the business. Come on, man. Come on, man. So again, Connecticut, God bless y'all. So here's another one. I talk about family businesses and people in the chat are like, oh man, I'd never have a family business. That's the worst, you know? And what they're really saying to you is, we don't have our attitudes right. You send me an email, make sure you send it to the staff. Send it here if you have a question. Questions. Send it to the staff and they will help. tx.com. Boom, there you go. And they'll let you do that. So you'll be okay. Send it to the staff. And so right there, what you do is you immediately hear when people talk about family businesses, they're talking in a negative way because they have an uncle or somebody who isn't flexible, won't go get training, won't go educate themselves. I am literally going to trainings in March, going to trainings in April, going to masterminds in April, going to another event in April. Literally, my April's full up with events. Connect me at the email. That's what I asked you to do. That's the staff email. Enrique will let me know. Okay. And so what they do is going through that training for the beginning of the year sets the tone for the rest of the year, kind of shapes your rest of your year up. But a lot of times when people think of family businesses, they think, oh my God, I'm sitting here with my angry Uncle Tony and we can never disagree and I can never help the business grow. That's not true. So a lot of times what you'll see is, now I will have a complaint. We're working with an insurance company out in California and it's all family. And one family member is just trained on one thing and this other family member is trained on one thing and everybody's just trained on one thing. And it completely slows down the process because there's only two family members who are actually insurance qualified to do conversation pieces. Now, I'm not going to say you run things like that, but that's a great way to train and do what? Absorb family members into work. There's another young man out here who has like 9. I don't play that. Go where you're supposed to go, email who you're supposed to email and keep it there. The young man is 24. He went to school for a little bit and was like, oh, this ain't it. And then realized all these family members, he had 9 family members out here driving for other people's companies. And then he bought these box trucks under his own name and under his own company. Now he's managing all those family members. All the money's going into what? One massive pot. Everybody's being paid. Everybody's having a good time. Why am I bringing that up? Because a lot of times people think of family businesses in a negative way, or some chicken shack that everybody hates and they don't want to work there because they smell like grease, or everybody hates this location. And it doesn't have to be that. And the reason people think in that way is because they're so short-term and limited. Now, some people are saying, oh man, all this wholesaling's oversaturated, all this trucking saturated. No, it's not. There are 3.5 million drivers out there. And again, I'm going to say this again, just so people understand. 3.5 million drivers. How many drivers own their own truck or own their own authority, you guys? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat right now, because what people are going to understand is so many people are like, oh, these things are saturated. Oh my God, they're so saturated. How many people out of 3.5 million drivers own their own truck and own their own authority? I know it takes a little second delay. I'm going to tell you, out of 3.5 million, only 380,000 own their own truck. 380,000. It's like right under 10%. And again, so when people say something's saturated, they just don't know what they're talking about, right? Right now, the industry is short 300,000 drivers, right? Then on top of that, the industry's short all kind of departments. Again, anything that's a trade that requires people to get a skill is short right now. We short on plumbers. We short on HVAC. We short on welders. I've talked with many other Black business owners in the Dallas and the Houston area, like, hey, if you and me send a couple kids to school for plumbing, right? For trucking, for this or that, that guy will always be our plumber. That guy will always be our welder. That guy will always be our construction person. And people think, wow, you're going to hold that kid hostage? No, I'm not holding the kid hostage. I'm just saying if we're going to pay for him to go to school, we're going to have the access to that guy. And a lot of people don't understand, like there's some people in Cleveland right now, they're training a class on people how to demo and do things. Why? Because they're always so short on contractors. So if you already know you got a group of young men who don't have jobs and you can put them in place, send them to school for $400, $600, get them trained up. That's how that works. And so when people sit here and talk down on family businesses, because one, the family business they have in their head is a chicken shack, a fried fish and collard green shack, and it's not insurance, healthcare. I know a family right now in healthcare. Every daughter they have like 4 daughters, are administrators at the front desk, administrating and doing. And the girl that's got a bad attitude is in the back doing filing, so she don't bother nobody. Okay, and their daddy is a not a nurse practitioner. What is he? He's not a family physician, but he's right underneath it. He was in the military forever. But the fact is, people limit their mindset on what a family business can be and what a family business can offer, right? And a lot of times when I'm no knock to these other channels, a lot of people are teaching you a hustle. Yeah, get these vending machines, get this candy, get this stuff. Yes, you can do that. You can buy vending machine route. You can buy bread truck routes. You can buy all these routes online. There's no problem with that. But what's the sustainability so that you aren't physically doing it? See, people don't hear that part. And when I talk about in the future, you're going to see a lot of businesses with just 1 or 2 staff members, and the rest of people are part-time or floating in and out, because that's just how it's going to be. Right? Exactly. Mark B, we're short 300,000 drivers. And then when you talk to drivers, like prime example why I'm even bringing this up is the other day I was in a Facebook group, and the guy in there, we were talking about giving people 30%, 40% of the load. Right? So truck makes $6,000 that week. We're going to give you 30%, $2,000. And this driver literally said in the comment section, nah, they need to be giving the driver 80%. You tell me in what world where I'm going to give you 80% of the money and I just keep 20% as the business owner. Just email me, Greg. Sorry, y'all, my staff is leaving. Happy Friday to you. And so people are sitting here trying to convince you stuff is saturated. Well, that's if you sit here on YouTube all day. I can tell you right now, every day we wake up in this office and we get emails. Hey, can you run something from LA to this place? Can you run something here? I'm like, boo, we not even ready. We don't get our other drivers till like next week and our other stuff back up on the track. Every other truck I sent out with somebody else. And so you got people telling somebody, because they don't have real life experience. And I'm not saying that everybody you hear online that's talking negative doesn't. But again, in general, unless you're out here in the real world, off this man's internet, touching and seeing for yourself, you and I both know, if you know anybody in trucking right now, they would pay money to send a couple kids to trucking school for 4 weeks and have them access to them. That's why you see all these guys talking about Amazon Relay, because they know they can grab some 19 to 22-year-old kid, throw him in the Sprinter van, and he drop boxes off all day because he's got high energy. and make some money off of it. Now, you ain't going to make a killing, but you'll probably make a good 60, 70K after everything's said and done. And that depends on your driver of the spreader band. That depends on your contract. Don't take me word for word. And I bring this up because a lot of people go, well, real estate's saturated. Is it? I meet family offices all the time who manage 100, 200, 300 properties. Their son and daughter go by, drive by them, take a few pictures for the tenants, for the property owners, and keep it moving. So again, you have to, when people tell you something, you have to really examine what space are they telling you this from. And I bring this on YouTube because I just want to be very clear. All these businesses are opening. All these states are opening back up. Why? Because it's money, taxes, income. That's why they're opening back up. And look at the schools. I did the video the other day, and of course, Anthony Brian Lunga did a video talking about this mom and this child. 60,000 views, 3,000 messages. I can tell you right now, I didn't go through all the messages, but not one of them I saw said, well, you're not a dad, so you can't talk on it. That's a shaming technique we use to get people to not to talk about something. Well, you're not a mom, Erica, so you can't talk on it. I'm just telling you. Literally, you want the village to contribute, and the people who are experiencing the village that are contributing, you don't want to hear from. There's no business, there's no economy where I will give you my money and I can't tell you, what am I getting in return for it? That don't work anywhere. So what you have right now is all these states realizing they're paying teacher pensions. They're paying for the janitors at the school. Nobody's at the school. You know how I know? One of my uncles is a regional janitor over the North Carolina school system. He's got all these janitors going to school every day cleaning it. Just finding new things to clean because they're on payroll, full-time payroll, no students there. So you are the tax person paying taxes, are at home long enough to be like, yo, where's my 1,400, Joe Biden? Right? You're home long enough to know this don't make no sense. And business owners are getting smart enough now to start suing. They getting their PPP money and they starting suing. Okay. So the government's like, yeah, y'all can open back up. Open back up. It's a money thing. And that's why I'm telling you, somebody who's sitting at home waiting on 1,400 are so behind. They don't know what they're talking about. They're watching a lot of YouTube, but that don't mean they know what they're talking about because they're not out here slaying dragons and they're not out here in the real world where real things are happening. I literally have to tell people no to business ideals. People come in here every day. Hey, man, I got this business idea. Let me tell you about it. I'd be like, that sounds great and all, dude. I really can't do it. Thank you, though. I appreciate you because there's unlimited opportunity out here. It's just how you want to get in on it. I think Earn Your Leisure. No, what's his name? David Sleep is for Suckers. He just interviewed the #1 black healthcare supplement guy out there in America. Dude just went on Steve Harvey for like 100 racks a year or two ago. Steve Harvey show. Paid 100 rand to be on it. Right? End up immediately leaving the show making another 100 grand that day. So when people sit here and tell you, oh, all these things are saturated, there's no money out here. People find money for what they want to spend money on. People find $40. You say what you will. People find $40 real quick. Now, again, I'm going to get myself back in check. And then again, on, real estate. Because again, I'm speaking from perspective of what's the easiest. The easiest is online. You can do blogs, you can create courses, you can do podcasts, you can do YouTube, and that's super easy. And that'll get your foot in the door, and that'll get you 6 figures. I don't care what nobody says. If you're in my Rise 20% class, we talked about this. I can right now write you back away if you're in the Rise 20% class, and I think we do a class on Saturday, I can show you right now how you're gonna make 100 grand. That's not what excites people though. That excites moms, stay-at-home moms who sending some stuff up on Pinterest. You start realizing how template, which is a good word, I think Glennon uses that word, template a business can be, or how like you just plug and play a business can be, and people just pick what they want. Do you know how many stay-at-home moms are out there half homesteading it? Thousands. You can find all kinds on YouTube, right? And on Instagram and Pinterest. You just pick the one that you like. Right? I'm not saying her business is a legit business. I'm just saying she's on that first tier of online that's super easy. Second tier, people think family businesses are terrible, but no. Second tier is family business because why? Less barrier for you to get in, bigger group conglomerate pushing through. your uncle, your aunt certify you, train you, get you in there, it's easier, right? So third is real estate. Real estate can be hard, but prime example, I think I bought on Nick Perry, but before I bought on Nick Perry, there was another guy I was going to bring on. He has 2 people on his staff. No, three. He's kind of like in an office like me here in Austin. They do 3 to 5 million a year wholesaling. He don't even do Instagram. Now he has his wife on some of the photos. They travel and stuff, but like he don't even do Instagram. He don't even do social media. He has that 1-800 call the house number. He's got the kids that put out bandit signs for him, and they rack up the phone. They buy data and they rack the phone. One dude's calling all day. Other guy's talking to cash buyers, and they make that business run. That's it. That's it. You're not even on social media. See, people got you out here thinking if they not on social media posting it ain't real. Most people that do real business, they ain't even moving on social media. They out here wearing dad sneakers, chilling. They're not doing it for the gram. They do real business in real life. That's why you see all these little offices. If you come where my office is, if you've been here for the boat party, you see where my office is, and behind us is exactly the same set of kind of offices, and they're all full with little niche businesses. One serves veterans, one's a chiropractic, one's a this, because the number to get to about 6 figures isn't crazy. It really isn't. And most businesses are so seasonal that some of these owners, you look over there, you be like, is anybody even going in that business? They do all their business in the summer. One dude behind us has teeth, but he only does 5 type of teeth surgeries or whatever. They get full up in the summer right before kids go back to school, and that's it. They do a bunch in the summer, and then it's chill. It's a chill business the rest of the year. They have clients, but they're not too busy. They got receptions up front, but they're not too busy. They're doing a lot of fouling. And I wish I could break it down more to y'all, but that's why when I talk about real estate, I'm like, it's literally the business of here's your data. Somebody's calling, somebody's buying, and closing it out on repeat. And that's why you see so many of these wholesalers burn out. Because, see, they're trying to teach you on social media, oh, you just do everything yourself. You do all the calls. You do all the hustling. You do all the running around. Honey, you will burn yourself out and have a stroke. That's why you see some of the ones that make really good money after a while, they stop. They go do something else, right? You got one that you see, she's a home inspector. You got another one that's doing he's got like a couple trucks. Like there's one kid out of Dallas, 4 trucks, semi-trucks, and wholesaling. Because when you try to do it all yourself, you're just going to burn yourself out. Because everything still goes back to what? Systems. A lot of this stuff is systems. Now, if you want me to show you how to get 50 to 100 grand, that's very commonplace. You start getting about 250,000, now your processes start changing. But that $500,000 to $1 million, completely different process. Every single training I've been to the last month, it's a bunch of women, a bunch of men who were doing a lot of stuff themselves. They hit that $500,000 mark, and now business has to be different. So again, when we sit here and go, well, Erica, everybody doesn't want to be a business owner. I don't know why these businesses are reopening. I'm just trying to let you know it's just systems. It's clearly just systems. And if y'all keep tripping, no worries. They're going to put their kids in place. Like the Nike woman put her kid on check. Listen, what she did is illegal. I'm going to just keep it 100. What she did is illegal. The only reason she got caught, and it caught wind, probably it was stinking to high heaven, is not the photos. It's not the photos of the kid pushing out there on the gram. It's not that. It's the reason she used the corporate company card to get $153,000 in sneakers. That's illegal. She should be in jail. But we in that type of society where who you know, what lawyer she got, right? How far they want to really dig back. Because if they dig back far enough, it'll be on Nike's head, not hers. Because Nike should have caught that years ago. Come on now. They didn't just start doing this stuff with these shoes. I just want y'all to understand. A lot of these people have small businesses that aren't flashy. That kid up there making millions of dollars reselling sneakers, you ain't never heard of him. He ain't on the gram like that. He just starting to feel himself again. So you gotta be careful how people try and train you out here. That too, yeah. Casinos they really are. Listen, right now, New York City talking about you gotta wear a double mask to June 21. New York's doing everything in its power to destroy New York. Like, how much can we do to destroy this state? Like, they're just doing everything opposite of every common sense state right now. There you go. Listen, family used to own vending machines. All the work fell on me after a while, and I was like, nah. To make it worthwhile, we needed more machines and more staff because otherwise it wouldn't work. Mark, my mom had vending machines. Some had gotten stolen. Some different stuff. She was a soldier. She was too busy to really work on it. And so, yes, it's a hustle. And I love Ray. I love JT Hustles. I've talked to him several times. I've interviewed him. I've communicated online with Ray. Ray's an entrepreneur. But at the end of the day, a lot of those things are hustles. And you're going to be doing this all day. Running around, running around, running around. Like, if you know, like I know, you get that first couple rental properties and you get something that's steady and consistent, maybe one or two. Like, I'm telling y'all, if I could go back, 1 or 2 trucks and keep it moving and move on with your day, a whole different life. Dave Ramsey did say that. He's like, people out here waiting on a check. Baby, you better get your life together. There you go. Listen, I'm a custodian in Long Beach. We're supposed to have teacher and student back. And haven't you been getting paid this whole time cleaning an empty school? If the taxpayer it lives in Long Beach is okay paying that, that's on them. Tons of money out here. I mean, it really is, Msway. Like, I literally could chop it down with you just about any business. Because what people are doing is they want to make $1 million doing something that only really make them 100 grand. And see, the thing is, when people never had money, and I'm being careful about this, you think you need a meal. A lot of your white and Asian friends, they mom and daddy's been making 150 to 200 for a long time. And they just pay off debt. They just don't go over leverage. They don't go crazy and get the Lambo. That's just what it is. Yeah, I mean, again, you have to find the right family members, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Dad sneakers, I'm telling you for sure. Thank you so much, God, for your concern. I'm just keeping it really honest. I just see people out here struggling for no reason, and it's really because they realize it's gonna be some work what they want. That just is what it is. It's gonna be some work what they want. Today I got a phone call with this young man, and he literally made $45,000 wholesaling. 45K already for the year. It's March 5th. And he was like so happy, and I was like, yes, get it. Take it home, show your wife. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, what people have to understand is there's money out here. It's all over. It just depends on where you at. Are you trying to touch it? If you waited till the state opened back up to get your life right, honey, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there's comments in here. But again, everybody, Rebel Zoe 1804, he was in the comment section. He called the very next day, 9 a.m. He is now an insurance adjuster. Congratulations, man. I mean, I just want to show y'all that this channel, we literally. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Kingston James? I ain't exposed to nobody. Oh, Kumo is doing the most. Kumo had people changing documents. Nope. Kumo was about to get it. Notary Public's making a killing in LA. I believe it. Loan signings. No, I don't want to. Let me be very clear. I have this channel at this point, and we've got to do some cleaning up of the channel. But honestly, at this point, I'm minding the business that pays me. The business that pays me is simply consulting and documenting my other businesses, documenting me doing real estate, documenting me doing trucking. That's what pays me. Me talking about every single business, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to make it a diss, but there's people selling courses on that. If you're really concerned about vending machine courses, go drop $20 with Todd Capital. Does that make sense? If you're in my Rise to 20% class, you already know we've talked about vending machine routes. We talked about trucking routes. You can go buy a vending machine route and have steady cash flow. What you a lot of times see is people make that as their first money to make some money, sell it, go do other stuff. The other day, another famous YouTuber called me talking about tax liens. And I was like, boo, I don't even care. I was like, Alabama's coming up and Florida's coming up. I care enough to go document some of that journey and pick up 1 or 2 and share it with my students. But I don't make my life around one, like, oh man, you got to get in and do this lick. Like, that's not your forever game. It's not. Like, my biggest thing I really want to teach people is schedule your vacations. The reason your children hate entrepreneurship and hate businesses and hate the family business is they never got a break. You never took them anywhere. You never took them on vacation. You never used the money in the way it's supposed to be used. And honestly, if you can't schedule 4 vacations, 4, and I'm not even talking about a week off. I'm talking about just a couple weekends here or there. Like, your money ain't set up right. It just ain't. Look, there you go. Nike Kid has a private chat. Spent $450 per person monthly. Y'all got to understand where the real game is. This kid, let's say 1,000 people sign up for this kid. $450,000. $500,000 made. That's why I tell you the barrier entry is so low for business. That's why you have people, when I come on the channel, I talk about doing real jobs because, tech or service. People are always like, well, I want to do courses. About what? What are you doing that you need to make a course for? And 9 times out of 10, they can't tell you. There you go. Look, Q Smith said they've been working the whole time. If there's a business, there are people who need the service. The thing is, are you passionate about what you do? God fitting certain, I'm not going to front on y'all. People get really over the top about being passionate. I shared a video in the community tab where this woman's husband had been working in a violin business where they sell violins, basically, rent and sell, for 13 years. And he was miserable the whole time. The reason he's miserable, misplaced expectations. And busyness is a drug, right? You'll meet people and you're like, man, you good financially. Nah, I can be busy all night long. Busyness is a drug. You literally have to detox yourself from just being busy. You have to say, okay, well, I'm leaving here at this time. I'm gone. I'm out of the office. I'm done. Everything that didn't get done ain't going to get done. Like, I'll be gone next week and all the stuff I'm going to do for the office is already written out. Here's what we do on Monday. Here's what you do on Tuesday. Good luck. Because a lot of times what happens is we get so like, I gotta be everywhere, doing everything, touching everything. I can tell you right now, if I look at that man's violin business in Kentucky, they get busy when school's in and they calling parents, checking on the payments that they're supposed to drop off for the violins. I'll bet you money that's what they're dealing with. So if you already know you're only gonna be busy right when school get back in town, you and your wife should be scheduling 3 or 4 vacations, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time in the spring when ain't nobody coming around for the violins. Like, the stuff people try to do, they try to overcomplicate it, or they try to make it more than what it is. Congratulations on the roof adjusting. Be safe out there. If they don't put Kumo in jail, I'm worried about them. Oh yeah, Kingston for sure. Oh yeah, I mean, there's people. Oh, for sure. I mean, there's always gonna be people. Florida never locked down. Exactly. That I'm just trying to be honest. Like, a lot of the stuff where people are trying, like, yeah, can I get a discount? Yeah, there will be people on your staff, like even big time wholesalers that I meet. After a while, after they own a certain number of properties, they're looking for bigger deals. And this one dude in San Antonio, if I can remember his name, he even said it on camera. He won't even shy about it. He was like, oh yeah, now we get deals where it's only 5 or 10 grand. I don't even want that because I have a staff to support. So the deals I have to chase have to be 20, 30, 40 grand deals, have to be apartment size deals. The stuff you would chase as a single 1-person business owner is completely different than what you would chase as a 2, 3, 4, 5 people in a business. Completely different. When you start having to take care of more people, your vibe's different. When you start wanting to run family businesses, okay, you already know your cousin a little slow, so what you gonna put them in? Something simple. Amazon Relay, let them drive the van. You know your other cousin, she don't do nothing but type on the computer. Okay, let's put her in data entry. That's all she gonna do is data entry. And then you make sure you have E&O insurance, errors and omissions, and also you get licensed and bonded, because if something happens, your cousin gets sticky fingers. Now you're not on the hook for it. you got insurance. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of this stuff is patience and cash flow and systematic. It's not no super sauce magic. I'm telling you right now, there's a young man I know in Houston, really Beaumont, made $1 million with a solar power company. He ain't even got no hiring system. He just asking people on Facebook, do they want to come work for him? They just knocking doors, bringing in cash. Now you want to say, well, Erica, that's reckless. How? You in a state that has 300 days of sunshine. Should he get some systems in place to hire people? Yes. Should he get some protocols in place? Yes. Should he be better about marketing himself and his business? Yes. But as long as you can door knock, and if you know anything about Texas, we have a lot of worrisome people willing to door knock because we have 300 days of sunshine. Look at the storm that just went through. When I talk to you about that storm, I talk to y'all from the level of what can you do today? And a lot of you could be adjusters. Okay, what can you do in a few months from now? Be a plumber, be a welder for sure. But that's going to take time. Rebel Zoe went ahead and got after it. That's why I do this show, so people can change their life. Change. I mean, again, I tell y'all, if everything was taken away from me today and knowing what I know now, honey, I would make a blog talking about starting over. We're going to start over. All the things I do to start over. I mean, again, you know, if I was stuck at home, something happened to me, I had a baby, I'd write about having a baby and all the mommy things and take pictures and boom, money. I know y'all think Erica, it's not that simple, but it is, right? If you come to Texas, let's say you came and you broke and you had to start over, I'd be an adjuster and I'd be delivering DoorDash food and I'd make sure I took care of my car with oil changes and changed the brakes and the tires. Because it's what gets you around. That's what gets people wrong. People be out here doing all these hustles and they don't ever take care of the car that's taking care of them. Then you know what? They out of a car and they out of a hustle. I've seen it happen many times. Okay? So you just have to learn what level are you on and where can you get in? Because if you're in a state that's still locked down, then you need to be on this computer getting some kind of job, internet related, that you can continue to live your life. Honestly, PDH program, I'm not trying to be funny. What I'm talking about, you cannot learn in a book. I'm just being honest. You're not going to learn a lot of this in a book. You're just not. 150% certain. A lot of what I'm teaching y'all, you learn from one-on-one training, one-on-one consulting, group level coaching, and masterminds. And that's just the truth of it. A lot of this stuff you see out here, this is why I'm being careful. I'm not being disrespectful. A lot of people are teaching you hustle stuff because anybody can do that. You got a car, you can find you some vending machines, you can do that. You got a car, you can deliver DoorDash, you can do that. You got a car, you can go mobile notary. You got a car, you can go do a bunch of stuff. If you got to walk, ride your bike, you can do it. A lot of stuff out here is just a hustle. You can run around and make yourself busy. When you start talking about systems, join the Rise of 20% class. I mean, even if that's not your cup of tea, book a consult call. I keep trying to tell y'all that because a lot of stuff you want to learn is up here. The number one ad I see all the time is what got you to 100 to 250,000 will not get you past $500,000. A lot of people you see out here hit a lick or got lucky. I'm telling you, I'm on the phone with YouTubers with triple the subscribers I have. And they like, Erica, how the hell? I need to get some help. I need to get a system in place because they won't take a break from YouTube. This is the thing that feeds them. And they won't go to any kind of training. Again, what's the difference between me, you, mom and pop places? Training. That's it. Like every time I get in the room with some people who are in insurance, big dog companies, training. They go to trainings every quarter. It's a part of your business. It's a business expense. Why do you think they let you write this stuff off? Because you need to be training. There's stuff on the computer I don't even know how to do. I know somebody that does part-time work for me knows how to do it. And if I had to send her to a training, I'd send her just to keep her doing it. Right? So a lot of the stuff that when people talk about systems is training. It's implementing it. Same thing with capital. That's why you see when I keep talking about banks are failing, I'm talking about banks are failing because the ideal customer for banks really doesn't exist anymore. No blemishes in the past 24 months. You may be talking to a kid who's 19 years old. That's it. But is he going to go in a bank? No, he's going to go get him some credit cards. He's going to go peer-to-peer lending. He's going to go on Lending Club Prosper. He's going to apply online for money. That's why I want to talk about banks failing, because the ideal customer for them doesn't exist anymore. There aren't clients without blemishes. There just aren't. And customers hate the middleman. So if they can cut the bank out, they'll cut the bank out and go work with some other people. See it every day. Okay, let me see what else. I'm missing somebody in here. It really can't. Listen, in my Rise 20% class, I told people, y'all have to schedule your breaks. You have to schedule your doctor's appointment. You have to schedule your health. You really have to do it, because I literally force myself on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays to go work with my trainer. It hurts, but I'd be like, come on. I get my massages. I get my stretch zone where they're making my legs bend and all that stuff. Because if you don't take care of the body that takes care of you, I see people all the time make a lot of money, have heart attacks. It ain't worth it. You have to take care of yourself. That's all I'm going to say. I see it all the time. Kumo. His name is Kumo today. Exactly. You really see, and that's the thing, Kingston James said, you'd be surprised how many people make good money still barely getting by. And again, that's failing to plan and honestly planning to fail. I remember I was saying on here one video about making $400,000 and I didn't buy a car. And immediately several men were like, oh, bump that, man. I'm going to get a car because this is some bull crap. What you're teaching is bull crap. And I'm like, and that's why you're broke, baby. Because your first instinct is like, well, let me go get a car. Not can I reinvest this business? Not can I live on this money for 4 or 5 years? But yeah, let me go get a car. And that's why dealerships stay winning. That's why high interest plays stay winning. That's why financing offices make a killing off people, because people are like, oh, I made $2. I'm going to go get a car. I'm telling you, you got to change it up, baby. It's not healthy. I mean, it's just mentally not healthy. Like, our bodies naturally want to work and be busy. We're naturally builders, especially men, but we're natural builders. And when you get out of sync with that, like busyness is a drug. I'll just keep it that way. And you can go Google that. That's a really great thing. Honey, sticky fingers. People be out there, man. People call in all the time on Dave Ramsey. Honey, people feel like they get $2, they got to get a new truck. People do love babies. I'm telling you, these mommy blogs. That one girl, it's a black girl named Carrie. Forgot what her last name is. Her whole family have made an internet business out of their first baby being able to talk, and it went viral. It went on the news. She was in the military in San Antonio, Texas. Kid you not. The husband was staying home with the girl. Wife was working. Say what you will. That happens all over the place. And before you know it, she went viral. They got all these affiliates and sponsorships on Instagram, and it was a wrap. So she could get out of the military as fast as she could. She was getting about that bad boy. Okay, now they got another baby on the way, and they got 2 girls. Trust me, the husband's making money, calling people all day, getting them partnerships. That's crazy. I'll be your nanny. Gonna have to listen. Okay, nannies even make money. I've seen one girl. She takes pictures of the kids behind, like they're running. Never their face, always like from behind. I thought it were her kids. Nope, it is a nanny. Listen, get them likes up. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, these baby boomers be selling businesses. There you go. When you hustle, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking anybody's channel. A lot of people have great information on YouTube. And honestly, that's why I share so many things in the community tab, because I go all over YouTube. I'm not just sitting here in Black YouTube. I'm not just sitting in white YouTube. I go all over. I go look at stuff in India and Europe and all over. I try to go get a very diverse opinion, because YouTube is the business that paid me my meal. So I'm not disrespectful to this craft. I know the videos have to be better. The audio have to be better. The thumbnails have to be better. We all know where we have to improve our business. But we also know, like, smart business people take that money and go invest it in something that'll keep giving them dividends. They don't just try to sit on top of the horse all day. Just saying. Yes, it's called Rise of 20% Class. You can go to classyclimbers.com. If any mods in the chat, it's called classyclimbers.com. And right now you can get 75% off birthday code March Baby for my birthday on Tuesday. All next week we'll have pre-recorded content. I will be on vacation. I apologize, but I will be out there. I will not be available. I'm telling you, people will literally get $2 and all of a sudden the money gone. There you go. A lot of people are in business to support their debt lifestyle and can't get out of that business. I'm going to tell you right now, I am going to an event in Miami. There, like, I was only going to go for one, but now I'm going for 2 more events in Miami for meetings. And literally the guys are like, I hate doing this content. Like, they hate doing the content, but they've got that debt now. That debt monkey's on their back. So now they got to do a bunch of stuff. Okay. Carrie and Jay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The Gardner family, yeah. No, not, yeah, I didn't want to be disrespectful to the husband. Like, he did his job. He was just home and she was military. We've seen that happen before, okay? And they finally got married. I was like, change that baby's name. Don't make no sense y'all out here having these babies not married. But they sweet family. Honey, they make money just on anything. People love twins. I don't know why. They love them. They're cute. Millennial money, too. I mean, I love watching millennial money. People get so mad. Well, what about people making 50, 60K? What about you? We don't want to watch a video watching y'all. There was a millennial money where the couple was in Hawaii. First off, the couple's rent apartment was only $1,200. They make $80K a year, but they were like, we're struggling in Hawaii. Your apartment is the cheapest rent out. It's cheaper than New York. Come on now. Oh, nannies make for real bank. Business versus business. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's on Tuesday. I'm going to act up. But yeah, so this is the thing. You know, I just want to, I really want to make that clear that a lot of the stuff on the internet, I'm not knocking it. I'm not disrespectful to it. I just have been in enough trainings now. Like, I literally spent $80,000 one year just getting myself from like a creative mindset to like what really makes businesses run. And if you go look at real people's business department, they have a funding department, they have a customer service department, they have a this and that department. They literally have departments and they keep track of paperwork. And when you try to one woman, one man ban stuff forever, that's not a business, baby. That's a job. It's not a business. It's not a business. Okay. It's just not. So again, that's mostly what I had. A lot of these states are opening up because they have to. Financially, they have to. Their tax systems need it. They have to open up, right? So they're opening up because they need it. They need your money. And I want you to understand, as the economy is changing and the schools are changing, some of these rules you're seeing are changing, getting a business isn't this far-fetched ideal. And I keep telling y'all, businesses are literally just a sheet of paper and a business bank account and a system. That's all. A system. And if you have proper expectations on a lot of these businesses you guys want to start, you guys would be so much more full of joy. That's all. There you go. Real businesses have different departments to make it run. You have to spend money. You cannot be cheap talking about you have a bit. I'm telling you. A lot of people out here trying to do one man, one woman shows that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. And when they try to rationalize, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was talking with one guy, and he was like, if you're not trying to spend $5,000 a month, Facebook or YouTube advertising at a certain level, to be very clear. He's like, he's not even trying to talk to you. Because he's like, you're not serious. It's a drop in a bucket. It's a drop in the bucket. So, I just want y'all to be very clear. Like, if you're in my Rise 20% class, you'll hear more what my thoughts on this stuff. But now as I'm learning online businesses, that's cakewalk. That's a lot of personal branding. And then people get stuck because they are the brand. But if you do a lot of affiliate marketing and connecting, that's where the money is. That's where the money is. So anyways, you guys, thank you for being here today. Again, thank you for the B-Day shout outs. Next week is a much needed recovery. We need it for our body, our mind, our soul, our everything. And so we're going to get that recovery we need, and then we'll be back. There'll be some pre-recorded videos. It is Pisces season. We are the fish that swims upstream. Okay. Angela Burris, I'm telling you, it's a system. People really want to be outside the barrel, and I'm like, it's just a system. So anyways, you guys, when this video renders, definitely put your comments and thoughts underneath the chat on some businesses you would love to run or be a part of. And I'd love to hear it. So again, 75% off all the classes over at theclassyclimbers.com. The coupon code is March Baby. Literally, March Baby. This is my steamer for my face. Get myself ready. So, all right, everybody. So later, you guys.